Hey y'all, welcome back to Sasser House. It is a beautiful fall morning and it is almost that time of year for Thanksgiving. So I thought it was fitting for me to share one of my smoker recipes for my smoked turkey. I'm gonna be smoking it on a Pit Boss pellet grill. I've had this grill for like 3 or 4 years now and we absolutely love it. We love everything that we grill on it and it gives it that nice smoky flavor. So I'm super excited to share this recipe with you. If it goes like it did last year for Thanksgiving, we should end the day or in this video with a beautiful crispy crust on a smoked turkey bird that still is juicy. I hate whenever you have a turkey at Thanksgiving and it is super dry and it doesn't taste fresh, it doesn't taste smoky, and it's really bland. That is hopefully not what this is going to be, but we'll do a taste test at the end of this video. I'm really excited to share this with you. Let's go ahead and start up the smoker and then we'll go inside and I'll show you how to prep the bird. Let's go. So in today's smoke, we're going to be using Pit Boss brand pellets in the fruit blend. We love the flavor of this smoke. So I'm gonna get these loaded up down into the hopper and then we will get this grill started. I think we're gonna cook this today at about 300. So put it on at 300 and we will go inside and prep that bird. Okay, so we've got about a 13-pound turkey. So the first thing that I like to do is I'm gonna come in here and just trim off quite a bit of this excess fat and whatnot. And get rid of that. Which all this will shrink up at the end anyways, but this stuff will tend to burn unless you kind of stuff it inside. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off a bunch of it and get rid of that. Okay. I've still got to get this out. Mine is still a little bit frozen, but that's all good. I don't want that. I'm just kidding. Emily might make some kind of broth with that. All the innards and whatnot. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're a little frozen, but it's not too bad. All right, I'm gonna flip it over, make sure there's not anything else that we wanna cut off, but no, everything looks pretty good on this. I think I got it about how we want it. All right, I'm going to take a paper towel and kind of pat it all down. Dry it off a little bit, and I'll flip it over on to my baking rack. I love to cook things on the smoker on a baking rack because it makes transport way easier from inside out to the grill, and then it also makes it really easy if you're out there and you want to like rotate it for even cooking. You just pick up the entire rack, the entire piece of meat, and you don't have to actually touch it and ruin all of your dusting of seasoning and stuff like that. So you can have something still look really good, but be able to rotate it and move it around on these baking racks. So I recommend doing that. So next we're going to go ahead. This came with, something to tie up the legs, and so I can cook with that on it. But if your legs are not attached, or you've got like butcher twine, you'll want to tie up the legs. And then I'm going to take these wings and just tuck them. Actually, let's do that after. Let's season the bird first, and then we will tuck those wings under. So normally I use like an olive oil spray. I don't have that. Today it's the green bottle, but I've got this. I think this will be fine. So I'm just going to spray everything, and this will help it get a good color, but also help all of those seasonings stick really good. And so I'm going to season the bottom of the bird first because it's not as important. It's not what you're looking at. Okay, so on my turkeys, I like to go with a seasoning or a rub that is got a little bit of spice to it because we're gonna get some sweet, we're gonna get some Cajun flavor out of our butter, which we'll get to here in just a second. I'll also spritz it with some apple juice as well during the cook. So we're gonna get our sweet from somewhere else and our juice from somewhere else. So I like to go with something kind of spicy because I like that crust to be kind of spicy when you first bite into it. So I've done one called Blazin Bird before, which we really, really enjoyed. I don't have any more of that, so I'm going to go with a honey chipotle rub. This is by Heath, Riles, Barbecue, and Grilling. So I've used this seasoning on other things, on chicken before, and it was very good, but we will see how it's gonna be on the bird, but I do want something that's got a little bit of spice to it. So if you have not smoked too much stuff in the past, you'll also know this was hard for me at first. You want to almost be kind of heavy with your seasoning compared to other things. I mean, you want to get a good even coat over everything, which feels like you're using a ton, but for that amount of meat, you're really not. So don't be afraid to really put the seasoning on there. Okay, let's get this flipped over. Paper towel here. Okay. Get on both sides of those wings and as much as you can on the legs. Nice good dusting on everything. Both sides. All right. Then the next step, I am using this Cajun injector with Creole butter. And so I've never used this brand. This is just what Kroger had, but it's the same exact stuff as the Tony Chancery's. It comes with the injector. And so basically we're going to just pump this Creole butter into all of the places that we can get as much as we can fit into this bird. And that's going to make this thing nice and juicy and not like those dry and old turkeys you used to eat. Not in my family, but not in my wife's either. But when you go to a Thanksgiving dinner and you eat a turkey and it tastes like someone cooked it, 3 days before that, and that it's just been sitting stale and it's all dry. Well, they obviously didn't use this Creole butter because this is going to make it nice and juicy and tender. So, comes with the injector. If I can get it open. Let's do this. All right, let's see if I can figure out how this thing works. All right, I think I got it. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to fill this up. And then what we're going to do, we're going to stick it all around the bird. I'll stay out of the light. I'm not sure if you can see it, but when you use this stuff and squirt it in there, it makes that meat really pump up and swell up really big, and that's how you want it. By the end of it, you will feel like this thing's about to pop with juice and butter. So let's put some of the legs here. And typically, I probably should have done the seasoning after the butter, but we will go ahead and just reapply a little bit wherever this butter drips. Yep, and when it starts like squirting out, you know, it really can't hold anymore. So there we go. Put some in this side. But I'm telling you, this stuff is the key. You gotta use the Creole butter. We didn't lose that much seasoning. So I just had a Saturday off, and Kroger had these turkeys on sale, so we went ahead and bought 2 or 3 of them to put down in our freezer. And I had a Saturday off, so I decided I'm going to cook one, and we will slice this meat up, and I'll eat on this meat for lunch all week and you know, everything like that. We love smoking meat anytime I have any off time at all. And so got it all injected. So hopefully you guys will like this recipe, and you will end up wanting to use this for Thanksgiving, or Christmas is coming around the corner as well. And you know, if you can get these on sale and you have a deep freezer, we paid, I think it was 99 cents a pound at Kroger. And so this entire bird, this will feed a lot of people, and or just make a lot of lunch meat all week long, and it tastes delicious. And this was only like, I want to say it was $10 or $11 maybe. I guess it was $12, or $12 or $13. It was a $13 bird, 99 cents. So anyways, really cheap and really fun to do. Much better than just regular meat. So I went ahead and reapplied a little bit of the rub on the places that the butter squirted off. And then I'm going to tuck these wings down underneath. So it looks like that got a little more the underneath of the wing. So I'm just gonna dust those before we take it outside. All right, and then we are ready to take this out and get it on the smoker. So the smoker has heated up to temp. So we are ready to put the bird on. I'm going to start it this direction, and then we will let that go for about a half hour to an hour before we come check it. And then I'll show you what to do next. All right, so it's been about 45 minutes. Let's check on it. Okay, it's starting to look pretty good. I'm spritzing it with some apple juice now. This will just keep it nice and juicy and add some good flavor. Spritz it real good. Then we'll check back here in about an hour. All right, we are officially 2 hours into this cook, and rotate it so we get even cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and spritz this side of the bird with that apple juice. Spritz it really good. Some of those juices are falling out of the middle and burning, but it's not the bird, it's just down on the grates. Alright, I'm going to rotate it. That should be good. Spritz this side. And we're starting to get that nice crust on there like we want. I'm not going to temp it yet. It probably has at least another 30 minutes, maybe another hour, but we'll come back out in 30 minutes and check it. All right, we're a little over 3 hours into the cook. Let's get a temp check. See how we're coming. We're getting close. I'm going to rotate it and spray it one more time. I'd say we probably only have about 30 more minutes in this cook. It should be just about done. We're going to check the temperature. And we're plenty good. Over 165 is all you have to get to. So I'm going to take this off. It got a lot darker than I would have wanted it to, but I think that had to do with the seasoning I used that was a little different this time, but I'm sure it's going to still be great. So we're going to take this off and get it inside. All right, guys, I have not given this nearly enough time to cool off, so I'm probably gonna burn myself, but I can't resist. It smells so good, it looks great. It's got, I don't know if you guys can hear that, it's got a good crust on it, and I'm gonna cut into it, probably burn myself, but we've gotta give this thing a try. So I'm just going to slice into it like that. Oh, wow. Look at how juicy it is, all that butter coming out. This is gonna be so good. Ooh, yeah, it's hot. That is so good. So much juice. The seasoning is perfect. It got darker than I would have wanted, but it must just be that honey chipotle seasoning or rub, but it tastes delicious. Doesn't taste burnt at all. Yeah, the crust is really spicy, and it's so tender and juicy in the inside. That Creole butter is amazing. It is absolutely delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys can give this recipe a try for yourselves. Maybe make this for your family at this coming Thanksgiving or Christmas, sometime in the holiday season. I think you guys will absolutely love it. I'm about to slice this thing up and I'm gonna eat on this all week long. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys on the next one.